What's up, Rooted Collective? Welcome back to Awakened and Rooted, where the veil is thin, the vibes are deep, and the stories will make you question everything. So if you are into the mystical, the metaphysical, or the downright unexplainable, you are in the right place. In today's video, it's going to be about something that a lot of people are talking about: destiny swapping. Like, what does it even mean for your path, your purpose, your entire life to be traded or stolen? Let's watch this together and see if it's as real as it sounds.
Destiny swapping is real, make no mistakes. So I want you guys to start being more careful of who you let into your space, who you let into your homes, who you let around your kids, who you let around your partners, who you bring around yourself. These people will come in your life like they're here to help you, but they're only here to siphon your energy and sometimes even replace you. That's why you have some women that befriend other women just to steal their husbands, because they always wanted to be you. People will stop at nothing and go to the ends of the earth just to steal your destiny. So this is why I say you need to protect yourself. And when I mean protect yourself, I'm not talking about physically, spiritually. You need to read your Psalms. Please pray for your children, because there are people around you that are disguised as your friends, but they're really not, and they're jealous of your kids, and they will try to use their energy as well as. Because I'm ever saying in Jamaica, you know, if you can't catch Quacky, you catch him shirts. So be careful, guys, and stay safe.
Didn't understand what she said at the end. So my Jamaican family, once again, come to my rescue. What was she saying at the end? It's almost like I kind of understood it, but I really didn't. So I need somebody to tell me what she meant.
By now, we've all seen that very viral video of that man in New Orleans trying to bump elbows with the guy to tell his future. Everybody is talking about destiny swapping, which this is a form of trying to destiny swap. But nobody is talking about how the dead walk amongst the living on Bourbon Street, French Quarters, New Orleans. And they look just like us. And sometimes these haints get stuck onto people, like an attachment, like a cancer. And these people still have partially their minds and they want it off. And all it takes is one touch, one transfer of energy, and that spirit will jump on your ass. I don't know how many different ways I can tell you New Orleans is a portal. New Orleans is a portal. New Orleans is a portal, especially in the French Quarters and specifically on Bourbon. It's so bad when I go, I keep salt in my pocket. So if I accidentally bump into anybody, if anybody touches me, if I touch something and I get the heebie-jeebies, I throw salt over my shoulder. I walk out of places backwards. Every goosebump book that you read as a child about werewolves, loogaroos, haints, vampires. Yeah, they all down there in New Orleans. To this day, if you know, you know. Hell, there are buildings that appear and disappear. Yes, you heard me correctly. During the witching hour, buildings will appear that were not there before. And I love Nola. Nola love me. But you have to be careful when you're going down there. Don't be in the French Quarters, drunk, doing stupid shit, talking to anybody, letting anybody read your palm, anybody read tarot on you. No. Don't be taking your ass down there, going off into non-tourist areas or back in them back alleys. Because you're going to fuck around and find out.
So is that, I guess it is. That sounds like destiny swapping. He trying to get what's off of him and put it onto you by bumping elbows. I guess that's a type of destiny swapping, I guess. But anyway, FYI, this is Noah. If you don't know who she is, you're living under a rock, honestly. But she is the Black Cauldron on YouTube, somebody I have been following since the beginning of my journey a couple of years ago. Her channel is the Black Cauldron, CULDRON, on YouTube. Please check her out. She is fantastic. Especially go back towards the beginning of her videos where she tells more FAFO stories and just a whole bunch of different stuff. I kind of say when she was wearing the head wrap, those are actually my favorite videos of hers.
The pipeline between proximity and destiny swapping is mad real. If you're gifted, chosen, or you have a spiritual light, you have to know that being in close proximity to the wrong people can cost you your purpose. So these are the signs that someone may be destiny swapping with you. That doesn't mean they're doing voodoo or they have a candle or they're into some deep spiritual practice. It's about your mind and their intentions. So if you see that you have motion and things are going good for you and this person has not had it on that level, but they start to get the opportunities and yours die, that's a sign that destiny swapping is taking place. If you see that they are starting to mimic you, but not in a way that feels flattering, in a way that feels kind of competitive, like they're trying to beat you at being you, that's a sign that destiny swapping is trying to take place. Also, if they talk negatively about anything that you have going on, but then they backdoor and try to do the same thing, that's a sign that destiny swapping is taking place. Also, if you just feel like your intuition is off around them, something doesn't feel right, like if you share something with them, then your intuition automatically tells you like, this feels bad, I said too much, I shouldn't have said that. That is a sign that destiny swapping is taking place. And then if you see the backhanded compliments or the little jabs that about just little things that you got going on, that's a sign that destiny swapping is taking place. So what I do, I sell a candle with Shop Spiritual and Pay. It's a protection candle. I cut the energy off. You first must cut the energy off, but you do rituals to protect your aura. Or you just go to God in prayer and break whatever it is. But you definitely have to get the energy away from you, because destiny swapping is real. It is real. And when you allow people to have close proximity to you that God don't want near you, you will start to see things kind of fall off for you. So, like I said, the candle, the prayers, cutting them off.
I kind of agree with what she's saying, because we have all been around people that say funny things about you, underhanded things, back, what is it? Little backwards compliments or whatever you want to call it, because I can't think right now. But we have all been around those type of people. So once again, I am wondering if that has anything to do with destiny swapping.
You think God really gonna let you destiny swap with a chosen one? You think God really gonna give you that chosen one destiny? Baby, all you got was trash. That's why everything is going into shambles. And that's why our chosen one is still doing what they doing. Bossing up, leveling up. God's still blessing them left and right. Why you going through all the turmoil and destruction? You can never have a chosen one's destiny. Never.
So I also kind of agree with her, because I would feel like a chosen one would be protected against destiny swapping, because that's not the path that they are supposed to be. I mean, they're on the path, let's say it that way, that they're supposed to be on, and nothing should be able to stop that.
Destiny swapping is basically like somebody that wants to be you. Somebody that'll make you feel uncomfortable about who you are, but they really want to be who you are. So they'll start pretending to be you. And they'll do certain things like start talking like you, start doing some of the things that you do, but they'll at the same time make you feel like what you're doing is wrong, is stupid, is lame, is dumb, all while wanting to do this at the same time. Now, people can do other forms of destiny swapping, such as using bodily fluids, such as if you have intercourse with a person, they can do it by blood. If they ever get a hold of your blood, they can do destiny swap them that way. If they can feed you and try to do destiny swaps. But like I said, you calling your power back daily and doing and fasting, you can reverse and kick all of that out, because once you're doing that, it puts a little shield over you. So it's like a protective shield. So if anybody's doing anything to you, it's going to bounce off of that shield and go right back to them. A lot of people don't believe in astrology. They don't believe in the stars and the numbers, but the time that you were born, the month, the day, it all matters. And it can basically tell you what your destiny is. Now, I know a lot of times they don't want us to know because they automatically think that we're supposed to be workers. Once we get out of school, we're supposed to be workers. But if we truly knew what our destiny was and what our purpose was, those numbers can tell you that. They can tell you what is your purpose, what you're supposed to be doing at what specific age, and what have you. Now, you do have some people that are skilled spiritually, meaning that they can see where your destiny is. They don't need those numbers to do that. They can go inside, spiritually go. They can go inside the Akashic records and see what you're destined for. Some people are destined for greatness. It's their birthright, meaning that we're all okay. Our birthright is abundance. That's for all of us. Some people have done a lot of work in other lifetimes, meaning that they have greatness written all over them, meaning that they weren't supposed to have anything hard. Nothing was supposed to be hard in their life, which is why you see a lot of celebrities that just have it easy. And, some people they're born with that birthright. Now, some people are meant to acquire that type of wealth and success later on in life. So you might meet people that can see this on you. You might not even know it. You might not even know that you're destined to be fortunate or wealthy, but somebody else might see this and they might do things to try to take this. So spiritually, they'll start to do work on you, and you call that destiny swapping. And they'll do things like I said. You can do it by giving somebody something to drink. They can speak over it. The Bible had a lot of curses in it. And a lot of these people that don't even believe in the Bible use that Bible, and they use those curses to do work on people. So, there's a lot that goes into it, but if you need more, just let me know.
I am going to find Earth Angel 17 on TikTok because I want to know more. She sounds very well versed on what she's talking about.
Listen, be real mindful of those people always using the terms us and we as it pertains to your life. Sometimes, I'm not going to lie, this is innocent. Again, those people always referring to us and we when it comes to your life specifically, pay attention to their act. I know this firsthand because somebody tried it with me. I heard the key word tried. Like I said, sometimes it's innocent, but other times it's a spiritual agreement being made without your knowledge. Of course, I'm going to give you an example so we can connect these dots. Let's just say you talking to one of your homegirls and you telling them like, hey, I got this great opportunity coming up that has the potential to make me a great amount of money, can travel, X, Y, and Z. Instead of them saying, congratulations, sis, I'm so proud of you, I'm happy for you, they say some shit like, yes, girl, we leveling up. They can't stop us. It's our time to shine. Oh, yes, we can all shine. Don't wait for me to tell you my success story for you to then want to shine. If you're not careful, you're going to start co-signing this energy that's not yours to carry. That's exactly how destiny swapping works. Be letting them folks energetically attach themselves to your timeline. They need to do their own damn work. You're going to start noticing shit like they only show up when your energy is high. Start mirroring your style, your lingo, your path. Always want to be attached to your hip because they sucking and draining your energy. Start acting like they have the same mission as you, but the fruit don't match the root. And they get real quiet when you shift into something they can't imitate. The moment you say, yeah, we got this, when spirit was only talking to you, you just signed a contract. And now your energy is being spiritually leased. Might I add, by somebody who is not ready to rise. Somebody who wants to pull you down. Somebody who wants what you have. Protect your eye. That's what I've learned, because not everybody saying we actually loves you. Some of them just want to walk into your prophecy wearing your energy as if it's theirs. Like I like to say, protect your neck, aka protect your assignment. Learn how to guard your heart. Speaking of the heart, you can catch me on Black Magic 363 tonight. I know we're going to have an impactful, high-level conversation. Y'all get in them comments and let me know your thoughts. As always, peace, love, and light, and gratitude for watching.
I need to get into her more. Everything that she says just makes so much sense to me.
The best advice I can give to anybody that's just starting their spiritual journey is watch your friends. When you start changing yourself, they become real envious. They become real jealous. That's how you really find out if you have friends or not when you start your journey. When I first started my journey, I had a homegirl who I would share things with because I was just beginning to understand myself. So when I first started, I was in a period of trying to understand myself. So I did share. I overshared what I wanted to do on my spiritual journey. I was the first one on it. So to other people, it seemed crazy. Wouldn't nobody rocking out with me until I started doing my research, until I started becoming different. Then all of a sudden, that same friend tried to destiny swap with me. Like, understand that everything that was on my path to do, she took it up on herself to do it. But it does not work like that. When you're really a chosen child, when you really have that gift, can't nobody come against you. So they could try to take what's rightfully yours. They could try to put themselves on your path and switch paths with you. Because this what she did. She used my birth. And it's another thing. When y'all get on y'all paths, don't give nobody y'all birthday. Because they go and do research on your chart to try to take your life. This is real. I literally had a friend after I got on my spiritual path trying to act like she was me. So everything I learned spiritually, she put it out to the world as if she had learned it. But that's what y'all have to learn. Like, this is real. This is real. And mind y'all, this is the same friend who told me when I got on my journey that it was witchcraft. This is the same friend that told me using divination tools was witchcraft. I'm telling y'all, when y'all giving y'all friends motivational speeches, when you know that you really the one out the crew with the gift, use your voice. Because what they do is they sit around, they suck up all your knowledge, they try to turn themselves into you, and then they present themselves to the world as if they were you on your spiritual journey. Destiny swapping is real. Envious and jealous friends is real. And you have to know that when you really, really, really have that gift, they can try all day, but they will never, ever, ever be you.
And that is one reason why I have very few true friends. I have associates. And we are not going to be sharing all that information or be that close.
Happens because you're someone that people like, right? And the individual that is attempting to destiny swap with you doesn't get that same love and respect and admiration from people that you're getting. You see what I'm saying? So they will get real close to you, they will get real close to you, copy you, study you, betray you in an attempt to make you fall into depression. Now you're away doing your own thing, and now they're around acting like you to get that same admiration, celebration, and praise that you get from people because people actually like you. See what I'm saying?
I see what he's saying.
I am super disturbed. I've heard about energy harvesting. I've heard about destiny swapping. I've heard it, but now I'm starting to see it as of late. I had to block a family member. Because what are you doing? What are you all of a sudden doing? Like, what are you doing? Who are you? Like, are you me now? Since when? When did we start making the black sheep the blueprint? How is the black sheep the blueprint? I'm the black sheep of the family. Now on the blueprint? You need to pick a side and figure out what you're doing. You can't shun me with the rest of the family, but copy me. You're being weird. Being weird.
First of all, her hair is gorgeous. Second of all, if you have to block them, block them.
5 signs that somebody trying to destiny swap with you. You want to know if somebody trying to destiny swap with you? Watch this video all the way to the end. They some haters, man. Sign number 1, that somebody trying to destiny swap with you. They got to know everything you doing, when you do it, when you doing it, at the exact moment. They got to just keep everything. You got to keep tabs on your ass. Why? Because they need to know what to compete on. It's a competition. It's a race with them. Sign number 2, that somebody trying to destiny swap with you. They only want to learn what you know, because they feel like if they know everything you know, then they could compete with you. People only want to know what you know. Anyway, people only want to know what you know so they can outdo you with your own info. How the fuck you gonna go against me and I'm the one that taught you how to do the shit, stupid? How you gonna compete against me and I showed you how to fucking do it? It's retarded, bro. That's what do though, fam. Because they feel like if they know what you know, then they can outdo you with your own information. And anyway, they feel like they can get that shit done before you. Sign number 3, that's somebody trying to destiny swap with you. They take interest in everything you do. They want to be interested in everything you do. If you want to say right now, I'm finna go to school to become a doctor. Oh, I'm finna become a doctor too. You up and thinking, man. You right. I'm thinking about doing the same thing. Or I'm finna get a tattoo. Man, you right. I've been thinking about getting tattooed too. Man, you make me want to get tattooed. Like, bro, no. And you be thinking of inspired. They not inspired. They hate your ass. They don't like you. Hell, I'm finna get my barber's license. Man, you make me. I've been thinking about getting my barber license too. They want your life. They want your life, and they want it by any means necessary. Sign number 4, that's somebody trying to destiny swap with you. They'll block, get in the way of anything, fam. It's like it's like a frenemy. They give off frenemy vibes. Is you my friend or what? Cause one day you a friend, the next day you a enemy. It's because they really don't like you, and some people only keep contact with you just to see what you're doing so they can steal it from you. And some people only want to accomplish your dreams before you do it. They gonna make your accomplishments theirs. Sign number 5 is somebody trying to destiny swap. Hey, what's up? How are you? I'm good. Calm down, Luna. Good, calm down. Chill out, man. You all aggressive and shit. Calm your ass down. My dog is crazy, man. Anyway, sign number 5. Somebody trying to destiny swap with you. They like everything you like. They want to do everything you do when you do it. You know, it's like to the point that you damn near got to keep your shit a secret from these people. You could tell anybody, just not them, because you know, once they see you doing something, they gonna try to do it too, man. And I'm saying, you trying to destiny swap with you. It's like they want you to have their piece of shit ass life. They want to trade places with you. They want you to see how I feel. Now you see how I feel every day? They want you to put your shoes, they want you to put your feet in their shoes so they can put their feet in yours. They want you to have their life so they can have your life. We really should trade places. I hate myself and I hate my life. I think you got a better life than me. I really want to trade. They literally want to just put your skin on it. Literally want to hop out of theirs. It's like literally want to hop out their body and hop into yours and put you in theirs. It's sad, man. They fucking jealous. And they some haters, man. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on TikTok. Add me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram. It's all the same name. Jada, a.k.a. JG. Jayday, a.k.a. JG. I'll holler at y'all, man. They some haters, man. Be trying to destiny swap because they don't like their life. They like your life better than they like theirs, but they jealous.
He is something else. I sensed a little anger in the beginning, but he is something else. I kind of feel like he was kind of saying the same thing over and over again. It wasn't like 5 different reasons. It was the same reason 5 different ways. That's just how I feel.
Happy Sunday. I'm just here to share a brief word with you guys. You know, these witches, these wizards, and these warlocks, these people really thought that they was going to be able to switch destinies with you in the mighty name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. So then when they find out that they cannot switch your destiny, the only thing that they can do is try to harvest your energy. I heard the Holy Spirit telling me when I was praying the other day, like they're trying to harvest your energy. Those that you keep seeing in your algorithm, you keep seeing them in your spirit feed. They just keep popping up everywhere you go. Black birds floating all around in the sky. They hiding in the trees. They on the ground. They in the street. They are mad because they were not able to swamp your destiny. No, you stay over there and you do your life the way that you do it, and let me live my life the way that I do it. And they're mad because they can't, so they continue to stalk you.
So, first of all, If you continuously have somebody in your feed, is that person maybe not a fan of yours and like what you're doing? Maybe. And second of all, she didn't say this, but I just want to clear this up. A warlock is not the male version of a witch. I researched that thing. A warlock is a negative term, and most witches, male witches, do not like to be called a warlock. Just FYI.
It is seamlessly impossible for them to destiny swap with you and siphon your energy if you are doing the following. Let me explain how and why. Be confident and remember who you are. You must show up fully as yourself. You cannot dim your light within their presence, because if you are not showing up fully as yourself, it gives them the chance to show up as you. And you being authentic in who you are is making it very clear what's real and what is fake and imitation. It is okay to rebuild and rebrand yourself with no explanation. You understand? Because the version that they know you as from once long ago, if that's no longer who you are, now is the time to show who you have become. And you do not have to put yourself in a more comfortable version for them. That's not who you are anymore. Show up as who you have rebranded yourself as. Take the inspired action for yourself and stop giving away your ideas. A lot of times when you are a creative being, you have so many ideas and so many creative pursuits that sometimes we'll give them away to others and show others what we've been thinking about in our head. God gave you that download for you to make it come into fruition. Be quiet and just do what you are being guided to do. Stop telling everybody your ideas. Remember, they can copy, but they cannot match your divine essence, which once again reinforces you must show up fully as who you are, authentically, regardless if it makes other people uncomfortable. I don't care how much you love them. Do not bend to adversity simply because you want to keep the peace. No. Say it with your chest. Be assertive, because the peace within you is much more worth protecting. Own your mistakes, but do not walk in guilt. Do not let anyone make you feel guilty for your self-expression. You need to be able to see where you have went wrong and where you might have hurt other people, but we will not walk in guilt. Own it and move on. See, the enemy thrives on uncertainty of the self. I can be aware that I've done something, but at the same time, that's not going to make me move differently moving forward in regards to how I show up as myself. I take accountability, but I'm still me, and I'm still that one. You must remember and know you are protected. Where attention flows, energy goes. So if you constantly are having thoughts, are they fucking with me? Are they doing this? Where are you putting all that energy? You cannot be touched. You are protected. You must remind yourself of that every moment. Do not settle for crumbs. Be assertive and continue to be assertive until you receive what you desire. Do not settle. Think about it like this. If you're not assertive for what you deserve and what you desire, who's going to get what you deserve? You must be assertive so that you can receive what is rightfully yours. Do not shift your personality. Do not shift your personality. If you are shifting your personality for the sake of others, who are you acting as, and who gets to fulfill your actual authentic role, your authentic personality? Think about that.
I've said this in a many different ways throughout this video. I don't care if this is your best friend. If they are insecure, that is their business. You are who you are, and you cannot conform just because you are around other people who may not be as confident as you are. Stay focused. Confront passive aggressive behavior. Confront envious remarks. This is how you eradicate leeching spirits and you shake the room because you're setting the tone. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I see you. Keep on if you want to around and find out. And lastly, if you genuinely feel like you might be around somebody who is trying to destiny swap and siphon your energy, let this be a reminder to be intentional in each and every one of your actions. Constantly ask yourself, why am I doing what I am doing? To make that mental note and that self-check. Am I doing this for me? Or am I doing this for the will of someone else? You must be mindful of your every move, your every emotion, and your every action. The gist of this message is the more assertive you are, the more reassured you are in who you have come here to be, nobody can take that from you. And the more you stand in your authenticity, it becomes very obvious who is real and who is fake. If you do these things, you have nothing to worry about. And remember, you are protected and you are one of one.
She was deep. She was a little bit aggressive too.
Destiny swapping isn't real, and let me tell you why. If you are self-obsessed, you ain't gotta worry about what someone else is doing. And this is real talk. Like, there are many people who are stealing my brand or trying to copy my things. And you know what I say to those people? You're always gonna be a step behind, because my mind is always recalculating and it's always redefining and getting better and better. And like, that's why I'm not worried. That's why I'm not worried about destiny swapping. That's how you have to be. You have to be so self-obsessed, so in love with yourself, that you're not worried about if someone else is trying to steal anything from you. And if they are, they can never replicate the blueprints. Carry on.
So that's not really proof that destiny swapping is not real. That's proof that you are not worried about somebody swapping destinies with you because you're so obsessed with what it is that you have going on and so in tune with what you have going on in your brand. That's what that is. Carry on.
Y'all better be careful when visiting New Orleans. I told y'all once and I'm going to tell y'all again. Please be very mindful. Especially downtown on Bourbon, the French Quarters, and all these popular tourist attractions. Okay, think it's a game. So recently there's this video of this man downtown enjoying, and it's this older guy that come up to him and he's basically like trying to make him tap his elbow, y'all. And I'm talking about they're literally directly in front of each other, like elbow to elbow. Like the old man could have easily did it himself, but no, he insisted that the man do it. And a lot of people believe that he was trying to do a destiny swap with him. And y'all think it's all fun and cute because, you know, you're out having a good time, you're drinking, and for the most part, people are intoxicated when they're downtown. So that's why it's so easy for other people to basically take advantage of you while you're down there. This place is very spiritual. And this stuff gets very deep. Now, I'm not saying that everybody in NOLA that does voodoo or practice this type of magic are evil and do it for evil intentions, but there are people that do it for evil intentions. I even seen this video of this Caucasian boy that went downtown and he was talking to this voodoo practitioner and she took a piece of his hair and he was just kiki-kiing and thought it was just so funny. Okay, it ain't gonna be funny when you wake up a frog, for real. But like, all jokes aside, y'all, the energy in New Orleans is very heavy. And some people aren't that spiritual and some people can't see these things. Some people can literally feel it, but I'm telling y'all, it gets real. And it's not just like this just in New Orleans. It's like that in Savannah, Georgia too. I used to live down there and I'm telling y'all, you can feel the energy downtown. But yeah, if y'all not busy, y'all need to go look up that video of that man. Literally, like I'm talking about, he was straight up begging him to tap his elbow so he could read his fortune. Why you want to read my future and stuff so bad? Like I said, they were literally like right beside each other. He could have did it himself, but no, it wouldn't work. The other dude had to have done it. And luckily he didn't do it. Because he would have woke up as the old man would have woke up as him. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. And if y'all ever experienced anything crazy and some of y'all crazy stories in New Orleans, I would love to hear about them.
And those are two places that I want to go to, Savannah and New Orleans. But looking at that picture she just showed doesn't deter me, but it makes me not want to be like in the French Quarter at a certain time. It's too many people. There's no way you can't have somebody bump into you. I don't know if that was like around Mardi Gras time or sometime where they had like maybe Essence Fest or something where it just naturally draws a lot of people. But I am one who doesn't like to be around a lot of people anyway. So yeah, I still want to go to Savannah in New Orleans though.
I honestly don't believe in Destiny Swap, but like what God meant for you is gonna be meant for you and no one can snatch that away. Like, y'all be scared, oh, Destiny Swap. I'm like looking around like, what? Like, girl, you cannot take my destiny. What God meant for me is meant for me, and period.
So what I get from Destiny Swapping is pretty much somebody wanting to be who you are. It might not be literal swapping of destinies, like yours turns into theirs and theirs turns into yours, but there are people who try to copy you all the time. They try to copy you, they try to one-up you, and they try to be you pretty much. They try to be you. So in that sense, I feel like destiny swapping is real. What's for you is for you. He's true, but people still try to be you.
I used to be Miss Naive that did not believe in destiny swapping. But y'all, destiny swapping is a very real thing. And think of destiny swapping almost like someone attempting to take your spot, someone attempting to take your position, people coveting you for what you have, who you are, and think they can trick you out of your spot. Silly rabbit tricks are for kids. But a lot of these destiny swappers are actually a lot more prominent in your life than you may think. A lot of these destiny swappers are secret haters, but in your face. A lot of these people, I can say in my own life, I can see the destiny swappers as those that are very big flatterers, because they're using flattery as almost like a disguise, right? A wolf in sheep's clothing. But that's how they're attempting for you to gain your trust. And essentially they're attempting to destiny swap with you. And they might not attempt to even destiny swap like with your position, but they want to position themselves in power amongst other people. And so they are adjacent to you within the social hierarchy. So just like, don't allow people to get close to you to siphon energy. Because at the end of the day, yes, Jesus knew that Judas was sitting at that table, but he didn't bring Judas on that mountain with him, y'all.
This is so important. Cleansing yourself and getting grounded. You should cleanse your house. You should cleanse your body. There's some people that even when I just come around them or they're talking to me or complaining to me about something, I immediately want to tell them, when last did you cleanse, brother? Because they are talking like someone that have not cleansed. You're acting like someone that knows to cleanse your house or cleanse yourself or cleanse your body. You people need to get grounded. You need to cleanse yourself. There's so many ways to cleanse yourself. You can use a sage. Now, I recommend specifically white sage because white sage gets rid of any stagnant energy. So even if you're experiencing stagnation, blockages, low finances, make sure to get your white sage, okay? Make sure to cleanse your home from head to toe. I mean, remove all the cobwebs, stagnant energy, stuff that you're not wearing that you've tied inside one corner. Bring it out, throw it away, cut the clothes into pieces and throw it away because you probably never use them anymore and they're causing stagnant energy. Things that build up blockages are things that are stagnant water close to your house. Try to remove clean that gutter. Different things hold negative and stagnant energy. But what this person said is absolutely correct. Now let me give you guys what I would do. If it was me, I would do a cord cutting. I would do like 7 days cleansing and prayer for myself, and I cleanse myself every day. So sometimes when I see people complaining to me about certain things, they could be telling me symptoms of evil eye, I'll just be like, when last did you cleanse? Now, you can not only cleanse yourself using water, you can cleanse yourself using a bath, a spiritual bath. You can cleanse yourself by cleansing your home. You can cleanse yourself by using a smoke sage, incense. There's so many ways to do so. But there's a need for you to let go of stagnation and stagnant energy. Anything that is old, anything that is stagnant, you need to get rid of it. So one of the most important things to know about cleansing your energy is that it puts you back in alignment with what you're supposed to be doing. It's also about your spirit man. Sometimes you're not praying and your spirit man is weak. And then in the physical, you feel strong, but in spiritual, you're so weak. You're literally lying down and they're just taking advantage of you. That's why you need to stay prayed up. You need to cleanse your energetic bodies. Also, if you're an empath, you need to cleanse maybe on a daily, because there are people that constantly empaths. The thing about us is that our heart is open. So it's easy for us to take on the emotional burdens of someone else just by watching a video online, just by hearing a story or a sad story, just by looking at something that makes you feel a certain kind of emotion. That emotion can easily enter into your auric field. So there's a need for you to cleanse yourself from time to time. Now you can check the comment section of the original video on how to stop a destiny swap. You see so many comments by so many lovely people. Some people said putting camphor and cloves in your bathing water. Some people said sea salt. Some people said ashes. Some people said different things. It depends on your beliefs and your practices, okay? I already told you what I would do. I would definitely do an energetic cord cutting, and then I would cut this person out of my life. Now, something you guys don't know about me is that I only give people one chance in life, like one chance. You have one chance to fumble me. If I let you be my friend, or you come close to me, as soon as I see the red flag and I confront you about it, and then you start being wishy-washy, you start acting Nigerian film with me, I'll just leave you there, because something about me is that I've gone through the isolation phase. I know that there's nobody that is that important that needs to be in my life. The universe will still bless me even if I'm friends with you or not. So I'm going to cut you and your mama where you're acting foolish and leave you guys alone. Go away. Okay, so you have just one chance. Don't give people more than one chance to show you that they don't like you. If someone shows you once by all those snide remarks, negative comments, now somebody does not like you, right, but they're doing a destiny swap with you, they wouldn't leave you. Like, you have to understand, they wouldn't want to stop being friends with you. They wouldn't want to get into an argument or a dispute with you, but they would always give you those snide remarks. So let me give you guys my own experience. The person that was doing a destiny swap with me was someone I was in a relationship with, right? This person would, the best parts of my personality, they would undermine it every day. They would speak down on me, tell me I'm not talented, I'm not gifted, I shouldn't even speak to people about spirituality, I shouldn't use my gifts, I should not do this, I should not. He would criticize everything, but behind me, or even in my presence, he would say everything that I've literally said, all the stuff that I talk about online, right? He would be saying it as if it was him that came up with the theories, or him that knows all the stuff. He would want to use my knowledge to outsiders, but to me, he would speak down on the knowledge all the time. He would tell me that you're not spiritually gifted, you're not doing this, you're not doing that, it's not real, don't talk to people, or they will drain your energy, but you're the one draining my energy the most. So I had to cut that cord. This person should never have a place in your life ever again. You should keep them to the curb. Their friends, their family, everybody that comes with them, cut everybody off, push them out. And don't feel like, you guys are so scared sometimes to lose people. You'll be like, oh, hey, we did that, oh, I don't want to lose him, he provides for me. Girl, who cares? Cut that person off. Your destiny is more important. Don't allow somebody to be shining with your light while you are there every day in the dark, not being able to use your own gifts because someone else is using them and manifesting of it. So something you should know about destiny swapping is that it affects your 3 lower chakras: your root chakra, your sacral chakra, and your solar plexus. Your solar plexus is what you use to take action. You will not be able to take action because they will discourage you, they will speak down on you, they will tell you it's not work, it won't be successful, don't do that, but they will do the same action that they just told you to not take. Your sexual energy, somebody that's having sex with you, you have to be very careful of the people you have sex with. Make sure that they love you and they have good intentions. Even if they love you and their mind change later, they could still do something harmful to you. That's why you need to be careful. You can't have too many sexual partners. You can't be having sex with everybody, okay? Please, I know we live in 2025. The world is a free place. I also live in Lagos. Like, it's a free world. We have sex with everybody. Everybody will have sex with each other. But no, please, you don't want to do that. Trust me. This is Fran telling you, you do not want to do that. What if the person has bad intentions for you? For years, I was with this person. This person drained me of my energy. In short, I didn't even used to laugh again. I didn't even used to smile. The way I'm smiling, laughing, bubbly, and happy, I literally felt parts of myself die because of this person. Also, this person put me in a scarcity mindset. Oh, there's never money. Oh, baby, I don't have money. I don't have money. Every time you don't have money. But me, I always had the abundance mindset that irrespective of what I have, I always am happy. But this person specifically wanted me to have a scarcity mindset to make me feel like there's no enough abundance in this world. When in reality, the world is limitless and there's enough abundance for each and every one of us. So you want to be out of scarcity mindset. You also want to be mindful of your sexual energy because that's where it's usually drained from. Remember, your sexual energy is your creativity. If you're a singer, dancer, actor, actress, somebody that does something that involves creativity, you want to protect that like mad because your sexual energy is your creative energy. Your solar plexus is how you take action. Before you know, you're feeling so lazy, you don't want to go to that place anymore. You don't want to chase the opportunity. You want to give up on your dreams, goals, and aspiration. Anybody that talks down on you, that makes you feel a certain way about yourself, goddamn off. I won't tell you guys twice. Go through the isolation phase and come out better. Don't be crying that, oh, I don't want to lose him, I don't want to lose her, but you're losing yourself. So you should always love yourself more than you love any other person. Okay, those are the things you need to know the most. Those are the 3 chakra portals that are affected by a destiny swap. So you always want to cleanse, you always want to meditate and get in alignment and realize what is stopping me from taking action, what is blocking my creativity or my passions, what is keeping me in survival mode, scarcity mindset. And then you'll be able to identify where the destiny swap is coming from, who is doing it, and how to get rid of it. Okay, I love you guys. Bye bye.
Bestie, I'm gonna tell you this once and I ain't gonna tell you again, girl. You gotta watch who you keep close to you and who you let in, because some people will try to swap destinies with you. They will literally copy you and emulate your personality, the way you present yourself, what you stand for. They will literally try to be you. And it's so freaking weird because these people will have their own light, their own beauty, their own uniqueness, but they can't be themselves. So it's not really personal, I'm noticing. It's personal to them because it's like, dang, this person got something I wish I had, and it's an internal light that they don't have because they haven't done it in the work. And from someone who's been by themselves a lot, I have turned down so many connections, and God has just shown me that, bro, my time is coming because people that are literally copying me right now, bro, they're in shambles. It's not what it is.
When you functioning on a high vibration, you gotta understand everybody ain't welcome around you. Okay, these people don't want you. They want your energy. Yeah. All they trying to get close, you better use discernment. I'm telling you now, and this goes for platonic friendships, relationships, and romantic relationships. People really be out here trying to destiny swap, and you better stay woke and use discernment. These people ain't trying to get close to you. They trying to steal your energy. They want what you got. They want it. Yeah. You could be dead broke, but they still want their energy. They want their energy because they know you ain't gonna be broke forever. They know you're gonna be down forever because it's in you. But that's what they fail to realize. That shit gotta be in you, not on you. Stay woke.
I love her eyes. And what she said about this being an unpopular opinion, what she's saying is not an unpopular opinion. Happens all the time.
Let's talk about energy harvesting. Energy harvesting and destiny swapping go hand in hand. And a lot of people in Wood Holly, I have to say it that way, or the ones that are famous or the ones who have obtained a lot of power who don't deserve it, they do energy harvesting rituals. See, there always must be an equal exchange in these types of rituals and magic. You need to give something in equal power, equal density, equal value to get what you want. A lot of people say Beyonce did this to, the poor singer who died in a plane crash. And I don't doubt that. So if this person who is, parasitic in nature, they're narcissistic, they're sociopathic, they're money hungry, terrible ego, and they understand that their destiny is not written to be in fame, wealth, abundance, if they are desperate enough, they will find a way to obtain it. And so they will sign these contracts with the demonic realm, if you will, to exchange a delicious food source or a soul for that other realm so they could be propelled upwards. Now, what they don't understand is that these demons never play fair, but that's another type of video. So once they do that, the person of their interest dies, either by accident or they forcefully sacrifice them. This is one of the extreme versions of energy harvesting and destiny swapping, but the more common version that actually happens every single day is through evil eye. Your light is usually seen before you can see it, and is very, very bright to those who are parasitic in nature. I posted a video about having a golden aura, but just any powerful aura will have these parasitic people, entities just thirsting for you. You're like the coldest sip of water on a hot day for them. And if you are not careful, you will be sucked into their black hole because they are parasitic. They are literal black holes. They drain you of your life force. And within your life force are like codes saying like you're destined for this. You have an abundance of energy for this. You are supposed to make a lot of money. This is how they absorb and snatch that. This is why I tell people, don't just always shake hands with random people. Don't just always hug random people. Don't have sexual intercourse with random people. And yes, these are hard lessons that we will learn in life. But now that you're seeing this video, I'm saving you the pain of having to learn these lessons. If you get any weird feeling towards a person, that's your cue to leave. Trust your intuition because your intuition is God itself. This also explains why so many bad people get such good lives. Have you ever wondered that? Why do so many evil, bad people just get away with things? They're living in wealth, they get to travel. Why? It's not only because, they're sociopathic, they're narcissistic, they will do anything to get to the top, but it's also because they're parasitic. What do parasites do? Even in nature, parasites feed off of the life force of things that naturally can generate the life force. Without the host, the parasite will not exist. Because most of humanity are hosts, and there are only select few parasites. They're never going to starve. They can destiny swap with anybody as they wish. If they even just get near somebody who has a lot of life force, they can absorb that person's energy and then carry it as their own and go and use that energy to manifest what they want in life. This is why it seems like they never get their karma. It's because if you are in close vicinity towards these parasitic people who actually are of fallen angelic origin, you are kind of an unwilling participant in their protection because you are protecting them with your energy. I've always said this before. If you really want to see your enemies get their karma, because God does not wish to strike you while it's trying to strike the person that did you wrong. So don't get too near these people.
I like her whole explanation, and that one that she was talking about with the artist who died in the plane crash and the one that they said was responsible for it, that is extreme, but that does sound like the destiny swapping.
Heavy late.
So Mama Joy definitely used AI to get her point across, but her point was made.
Unpopular opinion. There is no such thing as destiny swapping. I know it is a hot topic. I know there are some sizzling hot takes on the topic destiny swapping. But after doing my own analysis and really listening to what people are defining as destiny swapping, there's no such thing as destiny swapping. To me, saying that you can transplant someone's destiny on top of your own, like remove their destiny that they were walking with and supplant it on your own life, that's like saying you were born with O positive blood, but this other person whose life you want, this other person who you wish you would rather be, they have AB negative blood. So you can switch your O positive blood for their AB negative blood. No, the blood type you were born with, that's the blood type that you have. There is no switching out blood types. If you were born with Venus in Sagittarius and this other person, they have Venus in Leo, you're not switching the Venus placement that has been in your birth chart since you took your first breath when you came out of your mother's womb. You're not changing your Venus, you're not changing your Mars, you're not changing your genetic imprint. It doesn't matter if you admire someone else's reality, or you wish you had their reality, or you wish you were living their life. You're not going to extract their reality from them, and like I said, supplant it on your own life. Now, what I think people are describing is mimicking, copying. You can mimic someone, you can pretend, you can play a role. That's called acting. Like, for example, right, Terrence Howard, you know how he's been on this tour, this run where he's talking about quantum physics, and you see the passion in his eyes and how his eyes light up and he gets excited because he's like, oh, let me tell you about the secrets of the universe, and you know, there was this mathematical formula, but I revised the formula. This is what the formula really should be. And that's like, if I'm inspired by what he's doing and what he's sharing with the world about string theory or whatever it is that he's talking about. So I decided to go on a podcast.
How are you?
Hello. You video about me?
They told me to do that.
They did?
Yeah, have a good one.
You too. The colonizer always got to show up. Always. Back to what I was discussing before I was rudely interrupted. So let's just say I go on a podcast because I'm so impressed by what Terrence Howard is discussing with the world, and he sounds so well informed and he seems like a seasoned researcher. So I'm going to try to adopt that same persona, take on that same whole presentation when I go on a show. Then the interviewer on the podcast asked me about quarks and neutrinos and the difference between string theory and I don't know. And all of a sudden, my acting chops go out the window, because at some point, even when you pretend and you mimic and you try to take on a role and act like you studied this and act like you really know that and act like you are this particular character that you're trying to portray to the world, at some point you're going to get tested. At some point, life is going to say, hey, demonstrate what you really know about whatever it is that you're professing. If this is what you claim you are, let's see the degree to which you embody this authentically. Life is going to present that to you, even when you're acting. Now, there's nothing wrong with being inspired by someone. There's nothing wrong with being motivated to change or to adopt certain personality traits because you like the way other people portray those traits. There's nothing wrong with any of that. I mean, we're here to share information and exchange energy with one another. That's why we're here in this vast universe, interacting with each other. You see people that you look at them and say, wow, I really like the way this person does this. I really like the way they express themselves in that way. We're supposed to be impacted by each other. We're not supposed to be isolated in bubbles and not somehow have, receive impressions upon us. That's how we get smarter. We learn information from others. That's how we get inspired to do new things, because other people share different things and do different things, and it makes us say, you know what? I like that. I need to incorporate that. I am inspired. But inspiration is different from trying to replicate what someone does because you're not moving in a space of authenticity or originality. But swapping destinies, whatever was written in the book of life for someone else, whatever the Most High wrote for that person, thinking that you can just snatch it from them and make that your story, you'll only get but so far. You'll only get but so far. Your North Node is in Leo. Someone else's North Node is in Pisces. Two completely different destinies, missions, purposes. I think people just want to believe that they can snap a finger and all of a sudden redefine what was inscribed for them in the universe, in the book of life. But that's delusional. That's wishful thinking. There is no such thing as destiny swapping. There's personality mimicking. There's identity copying. People steal identities all the time. Identity theft is a very popular crime, you know, before a reason. People want to take on other people's fortune. People want to take on other people's realities. But ultimately, even if you steal someone's identity, you now have committed the crime of stealing the identity. So you walk with a crime. So you're attracting the karma that comes with stealing. So you have a whole different karmic path, even than the person whose identity you stole. You only gonna live the reality that was meant for you, that you are creating. Do you upgrade while living that reality? Yes, because you gain more information, experiment with new things, venture out into different sorts of territories, and you know, all of that happens. But you're not just saying, I'm tossing my destiny in the trash. All the karma that I've accrued, my genetic history, my psychological imprint, everything that defines me, I'm gonna toss it out because I wanna pull this other person's reality into my life and make that my life. You think about that. The mathematics is not mathematizing. Like, it's just not making, like, think about that. It doesn't make sense. You're not transferring anyone's destiny. You're going to pretend and act like them, but you're going to walk toward the destiny that was written for you. So, unpopular opinion, I know it's a spiritual buzz phrase, catchphrase or whatever right now, you know, trendy woke type of term, destiny swapping, but it's not really real. Those who study the esoteric sciences like astrology, human design, whatever, you know that it's not possible to take someone else's birth chart, someone else's human design, and just make it your own. It's just not realistic. It's not realistic. I think what people, like I said, are calling destiny swapping, what they're really describing is just being a straight up biter, as we call it in the hip hop culture. You're biting, you know, biting somebody's style. Ain't no destiny swapping. You don't like your destiny, unpack it and figure out why you don't like it and what's showing up in your world that has you uncomfortable. That's the best thing you can do to try to like shift your position in your reality and your relationship to your own reality. That's all I got to say about that.
I feel like she had a lot to say. I feel like she took it and tried to make it literal, and it's not really literal. From the other videos that we were watching, they were saying people who talk bad about you but then turn around and try to do the same thing that you're doing, they do copy you. They do try to live the life that you are living, and at the same time try to make it seem like they were the ones that came up with it. That is what I am getting as what is destiny swapping. Not somebody trying to steal your whole essence, steal your birth chart, steal your path and all that type of stuff. She made it too literal. And did she have to say anything about the colonizer? That man was just walking past her. He could have liked the way she looked. She had to bring the colonizer into it. But anyway, she made it too literal. So I'm kind of not in agreement. So we will respectfully disagree about that one. That in some ways, destiny swapping is real. I am going to say that there are people around you who face to face will down what you believe, what your practices are, your spirituality. But then behind closed doors, try and do the exact same thing. Is that not the definition of destiny swapping? Let me know in the comments.
Prevent destiny swapping tips.
5 ways to prevent and stop destiny swapping. But first, my name is Sade. I speak about all things spiritual. If you're into that type of thing, go ahead and give me a follow. So this comment right here is asking, how do you get your destiny back? Well, before you get your destiny back, we first want to start with prevention. You also have to be able to really pinpoint who the person is. With that being said, let's go. 1, identify who the destiny swapper is. Don't know who it is? I got tips for that later too. If you need assistance trying to figure out who it is, tap on the comment right there. I have 5 signs of who it might be or how it's happening. Hindsight is really 2020. We kind of always get red flags. We just don't listen. 2, call your power back. I talk about this all the time because it's so important. Call your energy back. Literally, I, Sade, call my energy back from every person, place, or thing that no longer serves me, and I return to myself, neutralized, cleared, sent through love vibration, whatever. You get the point. And like I said in another video, watch who reaches out to you. That's usually the person. And if they don't reach out to you in the actual physical realm, see who pops up in your dream. That is the person. Trust me, y'all. Not only will you feel lighter and assist you in getting your own destiny back, you also can find out who the culprit is. 3, a spiritual bath. 1:11 on the clock. And when you take a spiritual bath, make sure that you are talking and speaking life into these herbs. Rue, hyssop, cascarilla powder. I have videos on it. Just tap on something. Just Google it in here or whatever. Is it going to cleanse your energy? You're also going to be protected from future swappers. They're all out here, girl. Or guy. Whoever. Be still. And not only be still, but try to fast or something. You don't have to do a completely water fast or anything like that. It is best. But do some kind of fasting and be still and pray some Psalms. I'm going to list them right here, what you need to pray. Psalms 109, Psalms 23, Psalms 91, Psalms 35, 1 through 25, Psalms 59, and also Psalm 68, 1 through 5, I believe. All of these, and there's so much more, but all of these will get you right. Trust me. But you have to be still and be able to hear spirit. You do know that your spirit guides are literally waiting for you to ask for assistance and help, right? You have a whole spiritual team that is just waiting to assist you. And it's not like they aren't helping you, because they are going to still assist when, do the normal upkeep. But if you get specific and ask them for help, they will help you, y'all. Trust me. And also, while we're at it, pay attention to the signs, because a lot of times spirit is sending us these warning signs of someone possibly doing this, and we're just not listening. Pay attention to your intuition. Pay attention to how you feel. All of this really matters. And this is just another tip, because I don't want to make a part 2, but also be careful what you're claiming. Don't just claim that someone's destiny swapping, even if it looks like it and you know it. Don't say it out loud. Please, the enemy can hear you. Never let your left hand know what the right one is doing. Literally, just note it in your mind and move accordingly. Play chess, not checkers. Anyways, I hope it's helped somebody out here. Like, follow, save, and share it to your spiritual friends who think someone might be destiny swapping with them. And let me know down below, what experiences have you guys had with this? I'm so interested.
I love her tips, and I am going to go back and rewatch this TikTok so I can write down those Psalms. I have a book of Psalms that I carry with me a lot of the time, and I need to go back in and highlight those.
I am back with another spooky story. This is the 4th story I'm telling today. So this is a story that somebody submitted to me that was told to her by her mother when she was young. So her mother lived in a farm in a rural area called 7th Fountain. Her mother had 5 brothers and 4 sisters. The youngest sister was Julia. When her mother was 20 years old, Julia was about 14. She described Julia to be a very clever kid and very adorable. And she was loved by almost everyone on that little farm. And there were also other houses around it, and everybody just loved her. But when it came to going to school, it was walk, no transportation. Julia now had a friend. We're gonna call the friend Ona. They were about the same age. She used to come over to the house, play, and do homework with Julia. A couple years later now, Julia is 17 years old. She's in the 11th grade, doing great at school, thriving. Now, the place where the mother's family lived, 7th Fountain, first of all, the name sounds creepy, but the place itself was very spooky, as they would see ghosts or other paranormal activities going on around them. They were not allowed to play outside past 16 o'clock. I don't understand military time, and I don't feel like doing math right now, so you figure it out. But past 16 o'clock, everyone should be home. Julia and her friend Ona grew up very close, but her mom's grandma didn't like Ona. She didn't like her. It was rumored that her grandmother was into witchcraft, so she didn't like Julia hanging out alone with Ona at all, or even going to her house. Then one day after school, her mom decided to sweep the yard outside when she notices Ona and Julia passing the house. They're not really paying attention, so she yells out to Julia, "Julia, where you going?" Julia looked back and answered that she is going to Ona's house to help her with homework. And the mom says, "But you always do homework here, at home." Now, the mom didn't want to say flat out in front of Ona that she didn't want her going to her house, so she proceeded on letting Julia and Ona go over to their house. Now, it's about 19:30, and Julia is still not home. I don't know when 19:30 is, but I'm assuming it's late, because that's 3 hours after the 16 o'clock curfew. So now Julia's not home, and Julia's mother already told everybody in the house that Julia went to Ona's house. The grandmother hearing this is like, what? I already told her that she couldn't go over there to the house. So I'm finna get up and I'm about to go get her because it's been 3.5 hours past curfew. And as the grandmother stood up ready to storm up over there, here comes Julia walking through the door. So the grandmother's like, Julia, didn't I tell you never to go into their house? Julia's like, I'm sorry, Granny, but Ona really needed my help. The grandmother's like, I don't want you in the house, Julia. I mean it. And Julia promised her that she would never go over there again. Now, a few weeks pass, and her mother starts to notice a few little weird things with Julia. Like, she noticed that Julia is eating a lot, but she's not gaining any weight. Her skin is getting very gray and black rings around her eyes. And she got really quiet. She's not talking to anybody. And the family even starts to notice she has no interest in going to school, and she just basically went mute. She's behaving really strangely, and lately she eats samp with beans. Julia hates samp with beans. And that's when her father and Granny suspected, yes, something is off. The Julia we know would never eat this. So they took her to a traditional healer, and that's when it was revealed that Julia had been bewitched by Ona's grandmother. The traditional healer herself is not powerful enough to reverse whatever the grandmother did. However, she knows someone who is. So Julia's father is pissed off at this point. He wants to confront the witch, but he was advised not to. They go back home, and now Julia is like a zombie. She's not speaking, and her mom telling her the story is saying like all she's doing is giggling here and there. And she starts speaking a foreign language when nobody is paying attention. Everybody had enough and just went to bed at this point. And two uncles, well, the mother's two brothers, were in charge of watching Julia overnight. Well, the next day when the whole family woke up, Julia is gone. Like, she is missing. Julia is nowhere to be found. She just vanished. Now, fast forward a year comes, Julia still is not back. June holidays, her mother goes to feed the chickens, and as she's walking towards the chicken house, she saw a figure lurking inside, and there was a funny smell coming out of it. So she stops, and she can hear the chickens in there going absolutely insane. Calls her brother, who was just a few distance away, and she said, bro, I think there's something inside the chicken house. Her brother goes to investigate. Then boom, comes out Julia. And at this point, she looked like a monster. They both are startled. They scream and ran towards the house, and they told the family. And the other big brother came out to go see for himself, and by the time he got there, Julia, yet again, was gone. A year passed, no word from Julia. But when her mother's parents went to go see another traditional healer, they were told that the reason why Julia was bewitched was because Ona was jealous of Julia and her accomplishments, jealous of her beauty, and all the boys liked her. She wanted her brains and beauty and made her grandmother make that happen for her. Julia was never found. She never came back, and our grandmother made sure of that. So I guess this is what people means by swapping destinies. Wow, this one was really sad, actually. My heart really got sad telling this one. Thank you guys for submitting this story. Wow, my heart broke listening to that one. Make sure you do all the things. Follow me on Instagram just so that I know that it's real. Duh. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. We are so close. I have to tell y'all literally in every video, subscribe to my YouTube and follow me on Instagram. I love you, my abducted humans. I will see you guys in the very next video from your favorite Haitian homegirl.
So remember that this is just a spooky story. You cannot literally change from one person to another. Sorry, that's my keychain. The moral, I think, of this story is listen to your parents. When they tell you something does not feel right, something is not right, listen to them.
Love Don't Cost a Thing taught us everything we need to know about how people can use your energy and your aura to get them further in life. Some people have been calling it destiny swapping. I'm not sure if that's the correct term for it, but people can use your innate energy to get them ahead. Okay, so let's break this down. Nick Cannon's character used Christina Milian's character's energy, and I think her name was Paris in the film, to become more confident, to become better, to have his own pickings in the dating world. And this is what I mean when people can use your energy and aura to validate themselves and climb the ranks. Paris knew who she was. She knew she was pretty. She knew she was popular. She knew that every time she walked into a room, People knew she was there. She knew this. And that was her intrinsic energy. His energy was that he felt like a loser. He felt insecure. He felt unworthy. He did not feel confident in himself. But just in a couple of weeks of pretending to date her, he started to become more confident. People started to notice him. His social rank became better. Basically, he used the energy he got from her to date other women. And if you remember in the beach scene, they virtually switched places. Christina Milian's character, Paris, started to feel insecure about herself. She started to feel discarded by Nick Cannon's character. And even though this is just a movie, this is just an example how you should really always use your discernment around people. I'm not saying that people go in with nefarious intentions, but I think it's okay to be a little selfish with your energy, a little selfish with your aura, especially when you're getting to know someone. This movie is a clear example how he used her aura to up his social status and to climb the ranks socially. By dating her, he was able to date other beautiful women. And nothing really changed about him, but his energy changed, right? He was still the same person. He still looks the same, but other people started to become really attracted to him.
Perfect example. Perfect example. This last video that I'm going to show is just a bonus only because I like the real Kaya and she has a music video and I want to show it. Check her out. I like what I heard so far. Check her out. Alright, so we have come to the end of this video. And wow, if destiny swapping is real, that means that we need to change the way we think about purpose, choice, and even divine timing. What do you think? Can somebody really walk in a life that wasn't meant for them? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this is a conversation that is worth having. And if you are feeling these types of deep dives into the mystical and the unexplainable, make sure you subscribe and share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Until next time, stay rooted, stay aware, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.